USA. The United States had some of the most famous dinosaurs ever discovered, primarily in western states. Tyrannosaurus rex lived in Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota around 68 to 66 million years ago. T-Rex measured 40 feet long, weighed 9 tons, and had a bite force of 12,000 psi, the ultimate apex predator of North America. Scientists like Barnum Brown discovered the first T-Rex skeleton in Montana in 1902. Triceratops shared the same territory and time period. This three-horned herbivore reached 30 feet long and weighed up to 16,000 pounds. The massive bony frill protected its neck from T-Rex attacks, and it could charge like a rhinoceros when threatened. Allosaurus lived earlier during the Jurassic period, around 155 to 145 million years ago, in states like Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming. It reached 28 feet long and likely hunted in packs, using slashing attacks rather than crushing bites. The Morrison Formation in the western USA contains some of the richest dinosaur fossil beds on Earth, producing dozens of species. Argentina. Argentina was home to the largest land animals to ever exist. Argentinosaurus lived around 95 million years ago in Patagonia and reached lengths of 100+ feet, weighing up to 100 tons, equivalent to 17 elephants. Paleontologist José Bonaparte discovered the first fossils in 1987. This massive sauropod fed on vegetation constantly, requiring hundreds of pounds of food daily. Giganotosaurus was discovered in 1993, also in Patagonia. This predator was larger than T-Rex, reaching 43 feet long and weighing 8 tons. Scientists believe Giganotosaurus hunted in packs to take down massive sauropods like Argentinosaurus. The bite wasn't as powerful as T-Rex, but coordinated pack attacks made it devastating. Carnotaurus, meaning meat-eating bull, lived around 70 million years ago. It had 2 thick horns protruding from its skull and could run at high speeds estimated around 35 mph. This 25-foot predator would charge prey and ram them with its horned head before delivering killing bites. Argentina's Patagonia region continues producing new dinosaur discoveries regularly. China has revolutionized our understanding of dinosaurs, particularly regarding feathers. Sinosauropteryx was discovered in 1996 in Liaoning province. This small predator, only 3 feet long, was the first non-avian dinosaur found with direct evidence of feathers preserved in fossils. This discovery proved that many dinosaurs had feathers, not just scales. Yutyrannus lived around 125 million years ago and was discovered in 2012. This predator reached 30 feet long and weighed over 3,000 pounds, making it the largest known feathered dinosaur. The feathers likely provided insulation in the cooler climates of Cretaceous China. Mamenchisaurus lived during the Jurassic period around 160 million years ago. This sauropod had one of the longest necks of any dinosaur, up to 46 feet long, making up half its total body length. The neck contained 19 vertebrae and allowed it to reach vegetation other herbivores couldn't access. Chinese paleontologist Yang Zhongjian discovered the first fossils in Sichuan province in 1952. Mongolia. Mongolia's Gobi Desert is one of the world's most important dinosaur fossil locations. Velociraptor lived around 75 to 71 million years ago. Despite Jurassic Park's portrayal, real velociraptors were turkey-sized at only 6 feet long and 35 pounds. They had a 3-inch sickle claw on each foot used for slashing prey. American paleontologist Roy Chapman Andrews led expeditions in the 1920s that discovered the first velociraptor fossils. Protoceratops shared the same environment and time period. This small herbivore reached about 6 feet long and weighed around 400 pounds. It had a bony frill but no horns. The famous fighting dinosaurs fossil discovered in 1971 shows a velociraptor locked in combat with a protoceratops, both preserved mid-battle. Tarbosaurus lived around 70 million years ago and was Asia's equivalent to T-Rex. Reaching 40 feet long and weighing 5 tons, it was the apex predator of its ecosystem. Some scientists debate whether Tarbosaurus is actually a species of Tyrannosaurus or a distinct genus, but fossil evidence clearly shows it dominated Mongolian landscapes. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has a long history of dinosaur discoveries. Megalosaurus was the first dinosaur ever scientifically described and named, by William Buckland in 1824. Fossils were found in Oxfordshire, England. This predator lived around 166 million years ago during the Jurassic period, reached 20 feet long and weighed about 1 ton. For decades, Megalosaurus was the only known carnivorous dinosaur, making it historically significant. Baryonyx was discovered in 1983 in Surrey, England by amateur fossil hunter William Walker. This unusual predator lived lived around 125 million years ago and had a crocodile-like snout with 96 teeth designed for catching fish. Large claws on its hands, measuring about 12 inches long, helped it grab slippery prey from rivers and lakes. Stomach contents preserved in fossils confirm it ate fish and possibly small dinosaurs. Iguanodon was discovered in 1822, making it one of the first dinosaurs ever identified. Mary Ann Mantell found the first teeth in Sussex, England. This herbivore lived around 125 million years ago, reached 33 feet long and weighed 3 tons. It had a distinctive thumb spike used for defense against predators. Canada's Alberta province contains vast fossil beds that have produced dozens of species. Albertosaurus lived around 70 million years ago and was closely related to T-Rex. Reaching 30 feet long and weighing 2 tons, it was smaller than T-Rex but still a formidable predator. Paleontologist Joseph Tyrrell discovered the first fossils in 1884 along the Red Deer River. Edmontosaurus was one of the largest hadrosaurs or duck-billed dinosaurs. It lived around 73 to 66 million years ago, reached 40 feet long and weighed up to 4 tons. This herbivore had hundreds of teeth arranged in batteries for grinding tough vegetation. Fossilized skin impressions show it had a textured, scaly hide. Styracosaurus lived around 75 million years ago and had one of the most distinctive appearances of any ceratopsian. The frill extending from its skull bore 6 long spikes, plus a large nasal horn. This intimidating display likely served both for defense and attracting mates. Alberta's Dinosaur Provincial Park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site due to its exceptional fossil preservation. Australia's dinosaur record is less extensive than other continents but still significant. Muttaburrasaurus was discovered in Queensland in 1963 by grazier Doug Langdon. This herbivore lived around 100 million years ago, reached 23 feet long, and had a distinctive bump on its snout that may have been used for making loud calls. It's one of Australia's most complete dinosaur skeletons. Australovenator was discovered in 2006 in Queensland. This predator lived around 95 million years ago and reached about 20 feet long. Scientists nicknamed it Banjo after poet Banjo Paterson. It had long, slender legs built for speed and sharp claws for slashing prey. This discovery proved Australia had its own unique lineage of carnivorous dinosaurs. During the Cretaceous period, much of Australia was located closer to Antarctica and experienced polar climates. This means Australian dinosaurs had to adapt to extreme seasonal light variations and colder temperatures than dinosaurs on other continents. Africa's dinosaur record spans the continent. Spinosaurus lived in what is now Morocco and Egypt around 95 million years ago. This was the largest carnivorous dinosaur ever, reaching 50+ feet long and weighing 7 tons. It had a distinctive sail on its back and a crocodile-like snout. Recent discoveries suggest it was semi-aquatic, hunting in rivers and coastal waters. German paleontologist Ernst Stromer discovered the first fossils in Egypt in 1912. Carcharodontosaurus lived in North Africa around 100 to 93 million years ago. This massive predator reached 40+ feet long and had a skull measuring over 5 feet. The teeth were blade-like and serrated, designed for slicing through flesh. It competed with Spinosaurus for prey in Cretaceous North Africa. Africa's fossil record is less studied than other continents, meaning many discoveries likely remain buried. Climate and political instability in some regions have limited paleontological expeditions, but ongoing research continues revealing new species. India's dinosaur fossils come primarily from the Deccan Plateau region. Rajasaurus lived around 67 million years ago and was discovered in 2003. This predator reached 30 feet long and had a distinctive horn on its skull. The name means princely lizard in Sanskrit. It was the apex predator of the Indian subcontinent before the mass extinction. Isosaurus, formerly called Titanosaurus, was a sauropod that lived around 67 million years ago. It reached about 60 feet long and had a relatively short neck compared to other sauropods. Multiple skeletons have been found, suggesting they may have lived and died together in herds. During the Cretaceous period, India was an island continent slowly drifting north toward Asia. This isolation allowed unique species to evolve that didn't exist elsewhere. The Deccan Traps volcanic activity that occurred around the time of the dinosaur extinction may have contributed to environmental stress on these species. Brazil's dinosaur record includes several unique species. Oxalea lived around 95 million years ago in what is now northeastern Brazil. This spinosaurid predator reached about 40 feet long and likely hunted fish in rivers and coastal areas, similar to Spinosaurus. Discovery of Oxalea proves spinosaurids lived in South America, not just Africa. Santinaraptor was discovered in the Santana Formation, one of Brazil's most important fossil sites. This small predator lived around 115 million years ago and reached only about 5 feet long. Remarkably, some fossils preserve soft tissue including muscle fibers and blood vessels, providing rare insight into dinosaur anatomy. Brazil's fossil record is still being actively explored. The country's vast size and varied geography suggest many more discoveries await. Political and funding challenges have sometimes limited paleontological research, but Brazilian scientists continue making important contributions to dinosaur science. Every continent except Antarctica has produced dinosaur fossils. The dinosaurs that lived where you are now shaped prehistoric ecosystems for millions of years. These discoveries continue. New species are found regularly. Your country's prehistoric past is still being written as paleontologists uncover more fossils. The ground beneath your feet holds stories from millions of years ago. Dinosaurs walked where you walk. They lived, hunted, and died in the exact location you call home. That connection to deep time reminds us that Earth's history is vast, and humans are just the latest chapter in an ongoing story. If you enjoyed learning about your country's dinosaurs, leave a comment saying where you're from, and subscribe for more prehistoric content.